Here we are on a beautiful day. I'm going to show you how the Johnson KW Matchbox works. But before we do that, I need to point out I'm going to use one of the more powerful rigs to handle the KW Matchbox. Let me turn this contester down a little bit. That puts out about 5 watts. I think the KW Matchbox can handle it. This is a little bit of an extra. I got it and I really would like to sell it. And so if you're interested in buying the KW Matchbox, I certainly would have been interested in selling it. It has a discoloration on the top I do want you to look at. That's important to see. The previous owner had put a bottle of Windex on it and it leaked, and it did do a little bit of cosmetic damage. It is otherwise perfectly clean, but that isn't otherwise. Now let's get to this contester. This guy obviously has no life, because he's sitting there contesting on what's a beautiful spring day. Why does he have to do that? Does he have nothing else to do? But just listen to him. He gave the guy a 5.99. That's a really big surprise that he would give him a 5.99. He's only had to repeat it a couple of times, so maybe the guy actually is a 5.49. There he is calling CQ. So now I'm going to call him a loser. Let's see what he says. Oh, he doesn't even hear my 5 watts. I can't even believe it. Maybe somebody else came back to him. Oh, he's calling again. I don't even think he's listening, because I do put out some really decent power on this 5 watts. He's still not coming back to me. I just don't understand it. I have this 5-watt rig, a KW Matchbox, and he hasn't come back. Let me try. Maybe I'll actually use my call this time. Oh, he's still transmitting. He's still going at it. Well, the first thing we want to do when we're tuning up the Johnson KW Matchbox is we want to find a contester to tune up on. So let me see if we can find one. I think we have one here. Yes, we do. So that's the first thing we want to do, is find a contester, because obviously that is not a good use of a frequency. So we want to tune up on his frequency. So we put I'm going to just mismatch everything here to show you how everything works. I'm putting the calibrate switch on the SWR bridge in calibrate. I had to put the umbrella up because the 5-watt rig was getting the Johnson Matchbox way too hot. So I put the umbrella up, so we're going to try tuning it again. So we make sure the contester's on there calling CQ, because we want to tune up on his frequency. The band switch, obviously if we don't have it in the right position, we don't hear our contester anymore, because we don't have a very good match. So we're going to put this in the 20-meter position. Our contester's stopped for the moment. There he is. And now we key down so we can... There we go. We have almost no SWR. We go over to the calibrate position. And look what our 5 watts is doing. I've got to turn this way back, because this 5 watts is really overpowering this KW Matchbox. And listen to our contester. He's really going at it. And we adjust the tuning for minimum SWR. We adjust our tuning for minimum SWR. In this case, we got basically nothing. There we go. We got nothing. And we can go over to our matching, but our matching was already pretty well set. So that's how you basically set it up. That's set up for 20 meters on the KW Matchbox. So we have, and I don't know how well you can see this, but there's no SWR up here on the FT817. Contest is still transmitting, so I guess our 5 watts probably didn't do him in too bad. Well, there he is. Let me just, he's sending a CQ, so let me just send loser to him. Oh, I didn't send it correct. Let me try it again. He didn't like it because he didn't come back to me. I called him by his call, L-O-S-E-R. Let me try him again. Oh, he's talking to somebody else. Well, let's try tuning our matchbacks up on another band. Let's try 15 meters and see what we have here. We turn it up to 15. As soon as you see the band switch go over to 15, you hear the background noise get a little bit louder. We put it over into the calibrate position, and we key up the 5 watts. And we don't have full calibration here, but that's enough for us to work with. Then we go over into the SWR position, and we can see we have right now about 6:1 SWR. We tune it very slowly here, and see if we can get that down to something a little bit lower. It's only about 5. Let's try the tuning here. Whoa, there we go. That's about 3.5, and now we're down to about 3. And now we're down onto a little bit below 2. There we go. Now it's about 1.5. I should tell you, wow, now we're down to about 1. Just that tuning back and forth gives us to about 1, a little bit, almost no SWR now. And then you can notice that the noise is a little bit louder. We're getting a better match. The antenna I am using is a trap dipole. I believe it's a 40 meter and 20 meter trap dipole, but now we're using it on 15 meters. So that's how we set it up. That's how we tune it up. Hopefully the 5 watts here is not overheating the KW Matchbox. I do have the umbrella up to keep things rather cool. Well, let's try the KW Matchbox on 12 meters. It really wasn't made for 12 meters because they didn't have 12 meters when the KW Matchbox came out. But let's try it on 12 meters. I'll first try it on, I'll set the band switch to 15 and see what we get. We key it down, and well, we got quite a bit of RF. Put it up there on the calibrate position, and there we go. Now we'll put it in the SWR position. Well, we got a 4:1 SWR. Let's see if we can bring it down a little bit. That doesn't seem to be doing anything. We got it down to 4. We'll try there. About 3.5. Oh, getting it down a little bit lower to about a 3. If I keep overshooting it here. Whoa, there we go. We got a great match. We got a great match on 12 meters. The band is kind of dead right now. Even the contesters are, well, that's right, the contesters don't go on 12 meters. But there's nothing up here on this band right now. Well, let's try 10 meters. And we'll flip it over to, we do have a switch for 10 meters. And we'll put this up on 10 meters and see what we get up on 10 meters. And key it up on 10. I should put it in the CW position. There we go. Okay. There's our calibrate. We'll bring the calibrate all the way up. And now let's put it in the SWR position. Wow, that SWR is pretty high right now. Whoa, and now we can, whoa, we tune that. This is all on this one little dipole. And we got that down, so we've matched that end. We've matched it up on 10 meters. And the band is dead right now as well. Okay, so now we've matched it on 10, 12, 15. Let's try 17 meters and see how we do there. Okay, there's 17 meters. Might as well get in the band, that would be helpful. Okay, I'm going to put this down on, I'll try 15 and see how that works. And we have enough to calibrate it with, so let me go into the tuning position and lower it there. I thought it's going down a little bit. Alright, we're about a 3.5 to 1. Whoa, there we go. Got it down to 2. Let's try if we can get it down a little bit lower. That's about it, I think. About a 2 to 1. A little bit lower. Let's go back to the calibrate position. Well, actually, we're probably lower than the 2 to 1. We'll just lower that calibrate down a little bit. And our SWR is under 1. So now we've gotten the Matchbox to actually work on another band that it wasn't even designed for. Hope it isn't overheating too much. Let's try, we've done 10, 12, 15, and 17. Let's try 30 meters. I don't know if it's going to work on 30 meters, but let's try that. We'll go down here. There's 30 meters. And 30 meters, I'll put this, put it on the 40 meter position, see how we do here. So the band switch is on the 40 meter position. Don't have much to work with there. I don't know. I don't think we're going to do anything here. Okay. I'm just adjusting the tuning so I can get enough to work with over here. Now let's see if I can get the SWR down. Alright, it's kind of low, but you have to realize it's not an accurate reading here. It looks low, but it's not accurate. because in the calibrate position, oh, here we go. That's not too bad. And we're down below 2 to 1. We're about 1.5 to 1 on SWR. So now we got it to work on another band. We got it to work on 30 meters. Okay, let's try it on 40 meters and see what we get. Hit the calibrate switch. Probably could use a little more there, but let's see if we can minimize that. There we go. We got that down a little more. Let's go back to the calibrate. Well, that's still don't have quite enough there, but we have almost no SWR, and that's down to 0. So on the calibrate position, we can't get it quite up because on 40 meters, as the frequency goes lower, it's going to tend to push the SWR meter not quite as far over because it's not as sensitive at 40 meters. And the same would be true at 80 meters with only 5 watts. But we do have a match. It looks like we have a match because there's in our forward position, we're only going up to half, but when we go to SWR, we basically have nothing. So it looks like we're matched on this and you can't quite see this, but the SWR on the FT817 basically shows nothing. And maybe I'll get a little bit better match. Actually, it probably should be worse. Let's see what we have. Yeah, I do have a worse match. No, I got a match. Okay, on 75 meters, you can't probably see it, but we have a perfect match down in the CW portion, almost a perfect match down in the CW portion. So this thing matches everything that this FT817 can do in the HF section. I want you to know it's some 5 hours later than the video that I shot earlier on the Matchbox. This contester is still calling CQ on the same frequency. He's been here for 7 hours calling CQ. It's an LY2DX. The guy just never quits. There he goes. He's just going on and on. So he must be, either he has no life or what? I don't know. How could somebody be still doing this after all this time? Still calling CQ.